Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting Cup of Joe. This is, of course, your host, Awesome Lil Moore, and I am dragging my feet this morning, but I know by the time this interview is over with, I'm going to be pumped up. Went to bed last late, and a couple of my business partners were texting like around, I guess it was 12:30, and I'm kind of looking in going, really? And we're talking about we're going to have a meeting that night, and I'm like, really? Heard nothing, just crickets. So I stayed up a little bit longer, went back to sleep, couldn't sleep. So I was like, man, and then my alarm went off. I thought, oh, it's Cup of Joe. I need to wake up. I got to get ready for my boy. Bill, come on here. Let everybody know what's up, Bill.
Good morning. I feel like that movie I should be like, Good Morning Vietnam, you know?
That's funny.
Oh,
What's going on,
man.
man?
Just having fun. Sitting here enjoying this nice morning. A little cold outside, but, you know.
Yes, it's not cold here, so I don't know what you're saying, but it's looking pretty good in Dallas right now, so I'm excited.
We actually
guys,
have snow on the ground. I don't know if you guys can see that.
wow,
See the
you got
right
snow,
there?
man.
Not much. It's just a poof, but, you know.
Awesome. Well, guys, today is going to be really special because it's always special when we have one of our own that you know, well, you really don't know who they are, but you kind of seen them come in and they're throwing some like magic dust all over the place. You're going, what the heck? Where did this person come from? And they're like, who is this guy? Man, every once in a while, he's like a genie. He comes out, he's like, pling, and you're like, where did that information come from? But it's really cool because this gentleman, he pays attention. He watches everything we do, and he'll come back and he'll say, hey, I'm going to bump off of what Lil Moore said. Then he'll throw his own mix in. I'm like, yes. So with that being said, Michael Howard, that's for you, by the way. He can't be with us. He's traveling today. We're going to bring in Andre Smith. Come on in, man. Holla at us.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Everyone is so excited to see you. This is probably going to be one of the most popular Cup of Joes, believe it or not. So, we appreciate you coming on here, man. We're grateful for everything you do inside the group. Bill and I have been telling everybody there's a lot of experts in this group. You know, don't just look up to us. And I'm like, I need to be looking at Andre. Listen, Andre. He's going to tell you a lot, but we know you're busy and all. But where do you live, man? Tell us where you live. Let's start off from there.
I live in, I guess my address is Spring Hill. So it's another person in the group that actually live in the same area. I live in Spring Hill, Florida. But
Florida. Okay.
It would be more considered, I guess, Weeki Wachee, I guess. That's what I consider it, but it would be Spring Hill, Florida.
Huh, Spring Hill. You know, Sloan lives in Spring Hill, Tennessee.
Because some of the stuff I rank for my clients, I see it up in his area.
That's what he said. He goes, how is Andre stuff popping up in my area? I was like, dude, he's consistent. He's on it. Google is recognizing him as Spring Hill. He's like, that's what happens. That's what happens when you do your stuff, you know? Okay. So, what was your last job, man? Let's put it that way. Let's go there. Let's get a little bit into your life.
Oh, I did 8 years in the Army. I guess that's what that would be my last job.
Oh, Army. What is there special? Was there any kind of special group you were in or anything like that? Did you just, what company were you part of, or?
I have multiple companies. My last one, I was in aerial unit, airborne, CAV, 217th CAV.
Right.
Did door gunner among other things, and commo specialist. So that would be, I guess, what you would consider it. Did networking. That's my main thing. I have a degree in computer information systems, so that's my main specialty is networking, stuff like that.
Sweet. So, do you have weapons at home? Like right now, if someone's trying to get you, can you handle them? This is like something we always talk about. I just want to know, man. What's up?
Funny enough, like all my training throughout the day, people ask me, what do I train for? And like I always have a smart answer for everything. And I told them I was like, I'm training to be Jason Bourne if you want to know.
I love it.
I love it. Yes. You know what? I watch Duck Dynasty a lot, and that old Phil Robinson, man, that's all he talks about is Jason Bourne. Jason Bourne. That's a trained killer right there. That's my kind of guy, you know? Oh, I love it, man. This is so awesome that we can do this, man. That's good stuff. So, okay. You ready for it? I mean, you ready. You like Bill's ready. I don't know what Bill's ready for, but he's got all these weapons laying around in his circle, like, you know, one of those seances. He's ready. So, you know, I guess you're ready too, hey?
That's what I mean, man. Hey, you never know when you're going to need a throwing star, throwing knife, ninja.
Well, no, I physically train. Like, I go to MMA training. I
Oh,
go
that's
to
awesome.
training, CrossFit, gym. I run all day. Like, that's like all of my stuff. And it was like, what do you do? Are you a bodyguard? Do you do this? What do you do? And I was like, oh, I own a marketing business. Marketing business? Why are you in any training?
About to whip some clients.
If they get out of line, you know.
Right? Oh, man, that threw me off. How about that? You never know what people do. That's awesome. I always got to ask. So, I heard you mention some kids. How many kids you have, man?
Oh, I got 3 kids.
Oh, yes, 3 kids. All girls, all boys, girl, boy, what?
Boys and a girl.
What's your oldest, baby?
13.
Oh, yeah, you got a teenager in the house.
Yeah.
Running
Single parent. That's why, like, a lot of the stuff that I do is it has to be designed that way, because, like, other people can say, you know, I can grind all night or go here, do this because they have the spouse, single parent. So my stuff has to be designed on systems because I have to be there.
Yeah.
Right. All right, that's awesome. So let me turn down my inside music because y'all don't know I usually have music when I do these Cup of Joes. Anyway, so let's get deep here. Andre, let's gripe a little bit about things we see inside the group that we kind of discussed earlier. And I want y'all to take this and take it to heart because it is so true. He mentioned something earlier, and I thought, you know, he's right. He's right. So tell us some of the things you see when you're posting, you know, your helpful information that you give us each day. What are you noticing about the responses that people are giving you?
Well, I was saying it to you earlier. The thing that I noticed, and like, I guess, I don't know if it's just on me that way, I overanalyze stuff, but after every Saturday's Cup of Joe, from about Monday to Wednesday, everybody's videos or questions are about implementations of what came that Saturday. And to me, and I said this before, I don't want to share any tools or any new implementations because I think that everyone should master what they have. Like, they can implement it later, but right now, it would be pointless to say go to your client and be mediocre at 50 things when at least you can be great at one thing. And so everyone right now is trying every Saturday, and there's, you know, multiple Saturdays to pick up all these things and be mediocre at them. Pick one thing, be great at it. Okay, let me check on to the next Saturday. Be great at that. If you're 4 or 5 Saturdays behind, fine. If it takes you a month to master what came from 4 Saturdays ago, fine. Be great at it. Don't try to every Monday implement a new thing when you're only mediocre at these 50 things. It's not anything to offer your client.
That is totally true, and I totally agree with that. And I always tell people to focus on what you know, because at the end of the day, you need to be that expert of that thing. I mean, because when you go and get clients, you should know everything in and out about if it's ranking videos or Facebook advertising or Facebook marketing. I mean, video. You should know everything about it. And then when it comes to them asking you what else you know, then that's when you can turn that on. But I mean, what's going to bring in the money for you is knowing on that one thing that you've been focusing on. I totally agree with that. Wow, that was something that he mentioned, Bill, and I thought he's dead on about that.
Yep.
He's dead on about that.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's called the shiny object syndrome. You know, I mean, he hit it, and I thought, wow, we used to be like that in the beginning. We bought all those dang products, and we're just looking to see if that was the magic one. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, the next shiny object was always going to be the thing to make it. You know, that's how it was for me.
So
speaking of this, Andre, how did you, when you started marketing, I mean, what made you start marketing? Let's go from there.
In the Army, like, the Army for me was a means to an end, honestly. Like, When I was in college, I was playing football, going to class, working all night. I had midnight stock at Walmart, working all night, and I was sending money home to my mom and stuff like that. My family needed it. And I was doing work study. They had a little bogus job. They give football players to work in the library. They give you like $500 a month or something just to, say go buy something. That would go home to my mom. And it was one day driving from work to school. And it was almost like an out-of-body experience. I literally drove straight through the little bus stop, like the little stop sign pops outside of the bus. Drove straight through it. Straight through it. Didn't realize it until a mile down the road. And I'm looking around, and this like minivans around me got me boxed in. You almost ran over my kid. Pull over. Flagging me down. So I pull over. I'm like, I'm so sorry, apologize for all this. I got to, I'm real sorry, real tired, everything. And just after that, went talking to football coach. I'm like, well, I'm thinking I might leave school, go join the Army. And I was in my senior year.
Right.
Leave school, go join the Army. And, got in and did that. And it was cool and all. It's just I always had an entrepreneurial mindset. So for me, while I was in there, I was like, okay, I needed money for my family. I got that. This is good and all. But I know that it's just some of the stuff that I had to do I was good at, but I didn't like doing.
Yeah.
And so I just, it's certain stuff like I always like clothes, always like to look fresh and everything. So started my clothing store and just out of, necessity like everyone else, had to figure a way to get more business. So I started figuring out marketing, figuring out SEO, all that stuff. And all of just, business people I knew, who's doing your stuff? How you getting on the internet, all the stuff like that? And I was like, me? Can you do this for me? Yeah, sure. Can you do this for me? Yeah, sure. And after a while, it came to a point of like, everybody's asking me to do this. Maybe I should do this too. That's just where it came from.
That's awesome.
That is awesome, man. Wow. Huh. How about that? Man. So it wasn't that hard to kind of connect with people. You kind of just like, keep a settled conversation and go from there. I mean, I think most of the time we make it very complicated to get business, I think it's the fear that stops everyone, but you didn't have fear. You had a drive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You were like, I've got to do this. I've got to be in this position. I want to be in this position. And I think that changes everything.
Yeah.
What do you think to stop most people, Andre, when they're – I mean, you've heard – I'm sure you've got PMs. I'm sure you've seen lots of conversations, and you're thinking to yourself, why are these people not moving forward? What do you think is stopping them besides fear? I think that's –
not having a plan, I think. Like that's the main thing I would say is not having a plan. Because like people, like I guess, like for instance, I asked this question to a lot of people I mentor, and they don't see the perfect day, the final outcome. If you kind of know that, you kind of can go backwards from there. And I asked someone like my CrossFit trainer, I asked him, because like he's kind of more or less scared of success. And I asked him, I said, if right now, if money didn't matter, I love asking people this question. Money didn't matter. Money didn't matter at all. Just every bill's paid. You got all the cars you want. The Bugatti sitting in the driveway. Money didn't matter. You didn't have to do anything but sit on your butt every day. What would you do? And he looked at me. He was like, I would do what I'm doing right now. I love this. And I was like, that's the right answer.
That's the right answer.
Most people, like, asked my sister, she's like, I want to be rich and famous. I said, okay, when you get rich and famous, what you going to do? I'll probably watch Netflix or something. So you want to be a millionaire, watch Netflix all day? That's your ultimate goal. Like for me, I knew that every day I live my perfect day. That's why I sent her that picture. I was like, every day this is what I do. I do what I enjoy. I seen that years ago. I want to get up, challenge my mind, challenge my body, go on trips, go do this. This is my ultimate goal right here. So it's like every day I know if I get off focus, this is what I'm working for, this is what I got to do. Even if it's simple thing down to a plan of like, hey, can you get on a cup of Joe with me? Man, my perfect day said I got to take my kids out. Let me make sure this isn't interfering with that. Like all of this stuff, everything was planned back from that.
That's good. That's good stuff. Wow. Huh. So I know you've seen a few of the things I've implemented, and I bet some of these people are probably like, Yeah, only Lim can do that, or only Andre can do that, or only Bill can do that. But the fact of the matter is, there are some techniques out there that we haven't even thought of that most of these guys in the group could use. Wouldn't y'all agree with that?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And it goes back to what he's saying is, if you don't have a plan, then you're simply going to plan to fail. It's always, that's the main factor there. I mean, you've got to have something that you're looking forward to reach, or how to get there and why you need to get there and all that. I mean, that's one of the basic things that I think we all forget. But then again, we're in that shiny object syndrome light, so it's just like, okay, I missed out on that. Okay, I'm gonna go to the next one. That sounds good. And that. How many email subscriptions are you subscribed to there, Andre?
No. Well, there ain't too many people that I really pay attention to like that. Like,
right?
Yeah, ain't too many.
And there's no need, really. I mean, to be honest with you, because you already are successful in what you're doing. So why else jump on something unless you wake up one day and say, or write in your calendar from the future, like, okay, I need to learn how to start doing this. I mean, that's how I operate. Mm-hmm. I mean, is that about the same way you are? I mean,
yeah, see, I read a lot. That's my thing. I read a whole lot. So, like, ain't too much stuff gonna get in my inbox, but I'll go out and seek stuff. Like, I'll read different marketing blogs, stuff like that. This person might say, oh, this is working real good right now, and I'll write it down like, let me try that later, or something like that. But ain't too much stuff like coming to me. I go seek out stuff. My things, I read a lot. Try to stay, up on my craft. So I don't want to be doing something that's 2 years old when it's the new hotness out. Might be something
else. Yep, exactly.
That is so true. All right, so let me ask you this. So when it comes to clients, do you have a better, because I know my answer, but do you have better success with having proof that you know what you're doing, or is that not even necessary for you? Do you have to even give proof to a client that you're good at what you're doing?
I use a combination of both, honestly. Like, my thing is, it's almost like in sales tactics, like I read some sales stuff, it's called taking away the negatives. So for me, like, I know that they're going to ask, how do I know that you're good? Do you have any recommendations? Do you have this? And so for me, it's already there. Okay, these are some of my clients that, they agree that you can call them and ask about my work. Here's this. And I put in the proposal, I do mine. I was going to talk about that. I do video proposals. So my proposals is a video connected along with the hard sheet, so they can see both of them. And video proposal, they look at it. Here's proof of this. This is what I can do for you as well. This is somebody's in your market, a similar market in your area. So, I mean, I do all the stuff that I know that they're going to ask. I take it away before they ask it.
So for those out there, when you're saying video proposal, are you sending them a video email / of what you can do, like we're talking right now, they're just watching it?
I use Camtasia, but it's me in the corner, and it's showing, like, basically it's I had it written down. This is one thing. It's called Quote Roller, and it's pretty nice. It's drag and drop software, and basically you can set it up like if you have similar parts that are always like you always use, like it's always saying the milestones. You can just make a milestone part, drag it across, make a timeline, drag it across, make pricing, drag it across. It's everything there. And all I do is make a new video. Okay, Mr. Lim, this is what we're going to do for you right here. You had a question about billboards and this. I recommend this. This is the stuff I see for billboards. You had a question about this. I would open, AdWords. This is what it says you're paying for this. You're paying $5,000. I could do it for you for this price right here and get you a lot more return. Look right here, blah, blah, blah. Number one, they're kicking your butt. Don't you want to kick their butt too? You know what I mean? All that stuff. And the thing, Quote Roller, it's good because it's mobile ready, and one thing I've done, I actually started retargeting from that. They give you a link for that. And so basically I set it up, I send it with Quote Roller, video at the top, the full proposal, and it has a link at the bottom to pay straight from there. And so if they click on it like, he's too high, he's expensive, not right now, I set it up retargeting, and it chases them everywhere they go. Don't you want to go pay Andre? Hey, don't forget about proposal. Want to look at it again? Go pay Andre. It's following them everywhere.
That's awesome.
I love it. I use that sometimes with current clients if they're not doing any type of advertising or anything. I'll say, what's the best way to get inside your customer's head or your future customers? And they're like, I don't know. And I'm like, you need to get inside their head. Like when they log on the internet and if they haven't changed their cookies, you want to make sure they're seeing you over and over again. And once they do that, they're going to say, the heck with it. They're going to click on it, and that's your chance right there to shine. And they're like, yeah. But that's funny, man, that you're actually doing that to get clients.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, once they actually get the proposal and they click on it, because each one they gives you a certain link. And once they get the proposal, basically, like mine, I got the tracking software for mine that says that they open it. And then once they click on the proposal, it's a wrap. That is a retargeting. It's going to chase them everywhere.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm blown away on that one. I've heard of it, but I've never actually had to use it. But I'm like, that's nice. That's a gold mine itself right there, Bill.
It is.
Wow, that is awesome, man. Would you care to share any of your other techniques that you want to use, that you normally use? Nothing big, just something that's really simple that would blow people away.
Like, I broke it down, I guess, in how I think normal people's processes is. And this is one thing, this is the biggest thing for me. Like, I wanted to share this because I see, like, people, like, up all night, or I see the little comments about, yeah, you're still up and this and that. And for me, it was awakening. This is when I started my store, because basically I had got to the point, okay, I'm at the Army all day. I can't be at the store all day, so had to hire people for that. There was no choice. I was like, I went to school for web design and all this. I can do that myself. I'm not worried about it. So I would go to the Army all day, get off, be working on the website at home, and I work out twice a day. I would keep up my regular schedule, doing everything, and do all that. And I always had a problem with sleeping. And it came to a point of, I think I was up for like 4 or 5 days straight. And I'm sitting at work, and one of my soldiers is talking to me. They're like, Sergeant Smith, why are you blinking like that? I'm like, what are you talking about? Why you look like that? And then one of the other sergeants came out, and they knew I had sleeping problems. They're like, when the last time you slept? Right. And I was thinking about it, and it's like, if you're thinking about it, you need to go to med sick call right now. And I guess they said I was doing what they call it mini sleeps. It's like your body forcing itself to go to sleep before you actually die.
Oh.
That's what I was doing. And I didn't even realize I was doing it. They said I was blinking slow because my body was trying to get that little bit of rest every couple minutes.
Crazy.
And I talked to my mentor, and the thing he was saying is about leveraging your time. And I guess, and that's what I'm saying, I jotted down a little bit of stuff. And this, for me, like a lot of people, they might can relate to this. I figure that nobody can outwork me. If I work longer than most people, I'll get more money than most people. And the thing he told me that, he was like, yeah, that might sound about right, but it's not.
It's not.
And like, what do you mean? I talked to him like, what do you mean? And these are at the time. These were close. I rounded off to zeros to just say, make it easy numbers. But my logic was this: okay, if I'm getting $100 every hour, and I work 24 hours, I'm getting $2,400 a day, easy.
Right.
Boom. I'm balling. And he's like, okay. And so he was like, well, you go pay some assistants, do the same stuff you're doing now, get you about 4 or 5 of them. I was like, cool. He was like, let them work 8 hours a day. I was like, 4, 5, 8 hours a day. Did the calculations, $4,000 a day, and that's only costing me about $1,200 to $1,500 a month. So I doubled my income, and it cost me $1,500. And from then on, it's like, yeah, I got this now. Right. Hiring people, do this, do that. I'm not doing this. And like my proving ground, everybody laughs. My proving ground is my kids. Right now, my kids can do everything I can. They run their own video game website that's ranked #1. They post videos on it. They have ads on it, supplement it. They have affiliate links, all that. They probably get about $1,500 from their website. My proving ground is them.
What? Oh my gosh!
And it's like for instance, I took you guys' system, took it down to the bare bolts, nitty gritty. Okay, they said do this. Okay, cool. Got it down to this many steps. They might get confused by that. Take out this many steps. Okay, they know how to do that. Take this, combine it to 1 step, and hand it over. There's Jabari Trinity. Do it. And if they can do it, I know my employees can. And that's what it is. Like, I got it down to I have a sheet for what they need for build a website, what they need for SEO, what they need to rank a video. And if my kids can do it, my employees can do it. That's my proving ground always. Here, guys, you think you handled it? They'll look at it and they'll be like, "Dad, I'm confused on this part," and I'll go back and change it. They'll try it again. Yeah, it was good. Our video's #1. Okay, cool. Employees, this is the new stuff. Do this.
Wow.
That's so awesome.
I did not wake up this morning and think that I was going to hear this. See, I knew I was going to be pumped up after this. Wow.
That's my proving ground to kids. If they can get through it, I know the employees can.
Oh, my goodness. That is so crazy. Wow. So you mean to tell me you have your kids doing SEO, building websites? That is, I'm blown away. Hey, Michael Howard, you got to get Connor going, man. I'm trying to tell you. If you listen to this, that is awesome. Who was that gentleman we saw at the Vid Summit, Bill? The guy, the kid that was there the whole weekend with his father sat next to you or behind y'all?
Oh,
Christian.
Brian.
Name?
Yeah, Brian and Christian.
Brian owns an insurance company, doesn't he?
Yeah, out in Lancaster.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was real impressed that he brought his son because his son has actually started doing video stuff, and he's, you know, his dad owns the insurance company, and I thought that was really cool. I tried to get them on Cup of Joe. I need to bring them back, but those two are a mess, man. They're a hot mess. I tell you what.
They're really funny, man. Like when I first met them, they're hilarious. They really are. But it's a good father and son team, like you said. You know,
right?
You trained your kids to do it, and that's what Brian's doing the same with Christian. And he's been to at least 3 events now.
Wow.
I think 3. Yeah.
All right, guys. If you're here live, if you, I'm over here stuttering now. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm still blown away. If you have any questions for Andre, give me a call at 1-888-392-4827. Once again, that's 1-888-392-4827, and maybe we'll get you on live and on a call and see if you have a question for him. We do that now because this is only for live people. We're not going to do it, obviously, if you watch the replay, because I'd be like, why are you calling? I mean, you're on the Late Show. So give me a call. Be expecting your phone call. We'll get you on here and see what we can do. Going back to this, so since you've got the infrastructure set up now, you have employees and all that, I guess that gives you enough time to get rest, work out, spend more time with your children, which is the whole goal, and to actually open up their eyes and get them to be, you know, an entrepreneurial spirit. What do you see? What do they want to do when they grow up? I mean, is this what they're going to do, or do they have other plans? What's your plans with your children?
I mean, I know that all of them want to do business stuff because they name all kind of stuff. Like a lot of my ideas I get from them. Like I'll ask them stuff and they'll say stuff that will surprise you, you know. And then like my younger son, he always, "Hey Dad, I got this idea." That's like always his start thing. "Hey Dad, I got this idea." And like for instance, like right now it's funny because this is why I said like y'all are gonna laugh about this, but this is where my, I guess, entrepreneurial spirit began, is in school. And it's funny, they're doing the same thing. I started at Sam's Club. Case of candy bars. Buy the case of candy bars, like $20, $30, whatever it is. It's like 100 in there. Sell them for $1 a piece at school. That's what I did at school. And so I used to tell my kids the story, you know. And so, like, it's funny because they made a good, like, straight business proposal with me. It surprised me. Okay, dude, we ain't got enough money to buy the whole box, so this is what we're gonna do. If you buy the box for us, we're gonna pay you back our money, and then we're gonna give you plus $5. I was like, "Oh, like, yeah, interest. We're gonna pay you back plus $5, and then we'll be good. Then we can go start buying our own boxes." And I was like, "Oh, okay, do your thing then."
Right.
And so, like for instance, I went and bought the PS4, and like usually after it gets a little bit older, everybody in the house gets a system. But it was like, "Hey, PS4 just came out. I'm not buying 4 of those. I'm only getting one. Y'all just have to play in the living room." And the boys, you know, started counting out their money. "Don't worry about it. We got this, Dad. We got this."
Oh, that is so awesome, man. Wow, they got their business money mind in hand right now. That's good.
Business like, cause that's just the way they always thinking about some stuff. Yeah, well, buy this and do this, and then I'm gonna take this and trade this off and sell this. And
well, you know, man, if you're watching and reading a lot, I mean, you see on the internet, there's a lot of young kids that are coming up with ideas now. It just blows me away, and that's good that you have, you know, the young ones right there that's already pretty smart about what they're doing, you know. And it's best. I mean, I wouldn't be ashamed. I'd be like, man, I got that from my little daughter, man. That's what I would say. Her little friends are walking around talking about this. She's like, why don't we do this, Dad? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Wow. I wish my oldest in Arkansas would start coming up with some idea because, geez, man, she in college trying to be a surgeon and all that, and I need something, some ideas, you know.
That's funny.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So we have no phone calls. I guess everyone is relaxing, just watching, afraid to come on, ask questions. That's okay. We don't need y'all. I'm just kidding. Awesome, awesome. So I've already asked you about that. So do you just offer SEO right now or video? I mean, what do you offer right now to your clients?
No, I don't limit anything. Honestly, I don't limit anything because I mean, even down to the naming, it was like I see a lot of people naming their stuff. You know, something with video, something with SEO. I named mine with just marketing consulting on purpose. Even when I started with just the name.
Right.
Myself, like I've seen that before. If someone like, you know, I did it, we had to basically rebrand his stuff. He named it, you know, Bruce's Tires, and later on he's like, well, I want to start doing car repair, and so he had to rebrand and name it Bruce's Tire and Automotive. And it's like, even that, like I don't limit. So if someone calls me and like, hey, can you do this? Yep. Then I'm, hey man, I'm trying to partner with you. You do this, don't you? Because I don't do it. It's like immediately after that. So it's like for instance, I did a video with the video partnership. I don't shoot videos, but they do. They give me all their clients that, you know, want to get their videos ranked. Someone calls me and said they want a video shot. I'm like, hey, here goes the number right here, all the contact information. There it is. And it comes out good that way. That's why I said, like, it's from all the video production partnerships, it's just automatic, like just an email with money and files in it every day. They send it saying, here's the stuff they want ranked. And you should have the PayPal invoice already over to you. It's already done, and I didn't even have to get any clients.
See, that's one avenue that I don't think most know about. I mean, it'd be smart to partner up with a video production company or a guy who shoots videos for you and kind of just go from there because all you're doing is just the end work, and it's easy for you. You're getting paid, and you're like, okay, I set this up, or just push it off to the side. That's what I do. I say, yeah, I did it. I push it out to the side, and then it just works that way. I mean, how long have you been doing that?
That's been about 8 months now.
Right.
Yeah, about 8 months.
Huh. Wow. That's
and that was honestly from the guy coming up to me. Like, he came up to me and was like, I was doing a presentation at a meeting, and he's like, yeah, I seen the video up there. Well, I do video production. I was like, yeah. He's like, well, you think you can do that for me and my client? So I did him just for free. You know, that's the thing. I do this if it's partnership. I'm like, yeah, man, I got you. Because he's like, well, how much you want to pay you? I was like, man, if you want some of me clients, I'll hook you up. Ain't no thing. So he gave me like one of his videos, sample videos, whatever. Put his up there and like all the areas he wanted it. And he was like, yeah, I'm getting all kind of clients off this. And then all of a sudden, clients started flowing in from him. And I was like, hey, this worked out good. And I called a few more.
That's awesome.
Oh my goodness! Wow. Well, yeah, I had someone ask me one time, and I was like, "Really? They're like, you really get phone calls from your video?" And I said, "Are you serious?" And I'm like, "Nah, we just like to just tell you guys to do it, and it just might happen, and or whatever." But
that's funny.
Yeah. But, you can actually educate some of those guys who are, doing video production because a lot of them are not really familiar with video marketing, which is weird, Is all they know is just to come in and shoot that perfect look for the client, and that is it. and they pretty much they send the raw file to the client, and the clients just to do whatever they want with it. But now if you educate them on how to actually say, hey, this video could be put up on Google and people could see it all day long. I got a partner who just does wonders with putting videos up. You can Google him now at such and such and just keep it that simple, and those clients will be like, y'all can do that too?
And if someone is worried about the, I guess everyone is saying the what's in it for me thing with companies, what was my thing that convinced the other people was the recurring money. Most video production companies, that's just that one commercial and that's it. They just got to go look for some more clients. So I told them, you know, hey, they have to pay every month to keep this ring. You get your cut, I get my cut. Right now you're dealing on, you got to chase people down all the time. With this right here, you're going to have recurring money. And they're like, oh, that is a good idea. And that right there was just a kicker for most of them because they don't have that.
See, that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's what I'm saying. They don't really understand that. They have to go find clients. And yeah, keep in mind, I got a buddy here in town who does hide. I mean, he's way up there when it comes to his videos. He charges like $5 to $10 grand and up, depending on what type of company it is. And that's all they know. And they go off of that one big hit, and then they got to go and look again for that customer to help bring that money back, you know. So if you say, hey, you're going to do something once here, and you're going to continue to get paid until the lifetime of that client, you're going to cut it. They're not going to say, no, I don't want to be part of that. Why would they say no? You know, like, oh, you don't want money? I'm like, what's wrong with you? Are you using something new that I don't know about? That is awesome. Awesome. Okay. Wow. So what else, man? Just take, you got your notepad, Andre. Come on, take the floor, man.
Okay, this is the thing. I'm gonna say this right here. Like, a lot of people know the stuff that works for them, but they don't want to do it. And for me, Gym Rat, so this is the easiest thing I can relate it to. The stuff that works well for marketing or might work good for you, it's like muscles, honestly. You go to the gym the first time, it's going to hurt. You ain't going to like it. You ain't going to do it no more. You come back, you get a little bit better at it, you'll be okay. Same thing with all the other stuff. Cold calling, you don't like it. Cold walking in, you don't like it. Cold emailing, you don't like it. But after a while, it's like, I done did 100 calls. This is easy. He going to be putty in my hand. All of that stuff is the same way. It's the gym muscles, the soreness goes away after a while. And a lot of people just don't like. Like, it might be people right now, if they call them and say, you know, I seen your ad in the Sunday paper. Do you want this? They would say yes, but they too scared to call them, too uncomfortable about it, don't want to do it. Same way as the gym. Man, I don't want to go. I might get a sore leg or a sore thigh. Same thing they don't want to call. So, I mean, that is probably one of the main things I would say, because there's so many easy ways to get clients that a lot of people just don't want to do.
Yeah, so true.
I'm trying to find my way back over here in this screen. Y'all hear me, Bill? Okay. Man, so you're trying to tell us that you cold call? Mm-hmm.
At the beginning, yeah. I don't do it now, no. But at the beginning, yeah. That's why I got the stuff set up like this. I got the stuff set up by client getting, what I got here, no cost, low cost, and high cost. That's what I got. And so that was like my thing. Like right now, okay, we got here no cost stuff, the cold calling, cold emailing, chamber meetings. And I say chamber meetings because when they have their business get-togethers, you don't have to be a part of the Chamber of Commerce just to go there and interact. If they have their little, you know, I don't know, any kind of events they be having. Like they having all kind of stuff here now since it's Christmas. But like when they have that stuff, you don't have to be a part of Chamber of Commerce just to go and interact with, you know, and network and stuff like that. The BNI meetings, which that has been a major moneymaker for me, but you get 2 for free. And I met the video production guy, my first one before I joined. So it was like, hey, yeah, what's up? Yeah, before I joined, I had met him. So the BNI meetings, and that's like I said, I don't know if everyone fully understood it when I was saying it, but in the exclusivity of it, if it's like you are the painter and someone else is the doctor and someone else is the, I don't know, the car salesman, if I can't, like, more than likely, the way it works is I'm going to go to you because you're the painter in that group. I'm not going to go to someone else because, like, that's just the way it is. So if I'm the only marketer in the group, everyone's like, hey, man, I need this done on the site. I need a new website done. I need it ranked. I need video. I need this. Everything is inside the group. So, I mean,
you know, that's true. I've been to a couple of BNI meetings, and you do get 2 free, and you're able to pick up clients or information from those guys because they pass around business cards.
Yes.
the card box, yeah.
That's what they do. You get to collect all of them. You don't come back. I was like, hey, Terry, how you doing? This is Lemmy. I was at the BNI meeting about 3 years ago. Remember me? I was the guy who was doing video marketing. She's like, oh, yeah, I remember. I was like, so I was pulling through my card box, and I came across your card and was wondering, just wanted to connect with you, see how you're doing. That opens up the door.
Yep.
Because initially I wanted to, in case she was like giving me the runaround, I was going to say, well, I was just interested again in seeing if y'all were still doing BNI meetings, or just to get that route to go back again to get re-invited, or to see if she needed help with marketing. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, wow. Yeah, that card box, boy, it's beast. Go ahead, Bill.
Dude, well, no, that's funny that you brought that up, Andre, because, like, so the first year that I was in business, you know, I mean, because I wasn't making a ton instantly, you know, so I had to figure out creative ways to meet clients, because I hated cold calling, absolutely hated it, and I got all my business mostly from chamber, BNI meetings, networking meetings, and then I found out about Meetup.com. So then you could find local, like other local ones where, you know, you paid like $7 for a breakfast meeting and you met like 10 people, you know. And there was all these creative ways to do meeting stuff. But what I learned, this was the best one. So I would go my 2 times, and I would try to meet everybody. You know, and a lot of times after I would talk, they would be really interested in whatever I was doing, so they would actually come to me. So it was even better. And so then I learned, and I would get everybody's card, and what I would do is over that week, I would call everybody and thank them and say, hey, it was great meeting you and that kind of stuff. And then they remembered me. And then I would wait. But here's what everybody else would do this. They would go the next week too. I would wait a whole month. And then I would go again, and they'd be like, oh, Bill, you know, we remember you from before. And then now I had some credibility because I talked to every one of them. I'm back again. And then I used to get sub jobs all the time from those BNI guys because they're like, dude, Bill, can you sub for me? I really need somebody to sub for me. I got to go do this. I got to do this. So I never ended up, for a good 6 months, I never paid for anything. They would always call me and be like, dude, can you sub for me? Can you sub for me? Can you sub for me? And I made a bunch of business that way. Because I don't remember how much it was to join, but it was like $400, I think. And but no, it was awesome. That was a great way. BNI meetings were great for me, but the chamber was good too. I don't remember where I was going with this, but
that's how you get. That was an easy way to get clients, you know. And to bump back on that, when you get their cards, it's no longer a cold call anymore.
No.
Because you would want to call them and say, hey, it was really nice talking to you. Or if you didn't get to talk to that specific person, hey, I'm calling you because I just wanted to reach out to you and say hello. I didn't have enough time to talk to you at the meeting, but I know you were busy and I don't want to be rude, but I just wanted to talk to you. And go from there, man. You know what I mean?
I know what it was. So Andre was telling you guys that you can go to a BNI meeting twice, right?
Right.
Which is what you can do, except for the sub. The sub is that's basically your add-on. Well, when I learned that you could go twice, I looked on their website and found out that there was 5 BNI meetings around me. What I did was I went to all 5 twice. Because there's different people in every single one of them. Yeah. So I would go in and they'd be like, oh, have you ever been to BNI before? I said, actually, I was in the other one. I'm trying to decide which one I want to join, and they're like, "Oh, you need to join ours." You know what I mean? Like, so it was so funny. That was like I said, I mean, that was my learning curve because I didn't want to cold call, so I had to find other ways to meet people. So that's what I did. So.
Wow, that's the perfect solution there. I mean, if you don't want to cold call and you want to be around people and you could be that one marketer in the group, you know. I've been to some where they had like a website guy. That's when I was first starting out, and they just considered me as a website guy. So they kind of looked at me like I was, he's just a website guy. But that's like way back in the day. Now I'm a whole different beast. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I tell everyone, you have to be creative. If I was going to walk into one of these BNI meetings here in Dallas, first of all, I'm going to be ranking for BNI here in Dallas. And I'm going to say, everyone has one of these, right? And what is this? They'll say it's a cell phone. Correct. I want you to take the time now and Google the best BNI group in Dallas with Lim Moore. And I'll say, hey, guys, Lim Moore here. I know you're watching me. I hope you're having a great time. By the way, you are looking fabulous. I will blow them away. And just want to let you know, this is the best chapter of BNI. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. And by the way, here's my number in case you want to talk to me later. Boom. And they'll be like blown away. That's what I do. You don't think they're going to ask questions after that? How can I get with you, Mr. Moore? Oh, I'm sorry. I can't take on too many.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How can I do that?
Who's doing that? You know what I'm saying?
That's why I did something similar like that with mine.
Yep. There you go. See?
Yeah, I did something similar because I don't know. I think y'all seen. Well, I think one of my videos I showed you what it looks like when you search for Newport Richie SEO, right? When it was like the whole page was just me.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like if you search for Newport Richie SEO, like the whole page. That's where I used to live at. Like the whole page is just me.
Right.
So they were like, what do you do? I was like, I do marketing, SEO, web design, this and that. And I was like, so right now, you just Google Newport Richie SEO, you see my site, videos, links, everything like that. They're like, oh wow. And it's funny because the video guy I partnered with, their spot, they kind of try to lump me in the same way. Their, I guess, web designer spot was taken. And so he politic. He was like, no, I don't want you to go to another one. You got to be in our group. So he's like, no, he's not a web designer. He's a marketer. It's different. It's different. You got to make a spot for him. It's different.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Man, so many fun experiences in those different types of meetings.
Yeah, man, just be creative and just be yourself and just do it because, that was the second time I mentioned that. I'm wondering who is doing that. I mean, I guess I'm going to have to go out and do it and show you guys. This is how I got a couple of clients in BNI.
I might do it again, actually, now that we're talking about it. It's been a couple of years.
Right?
I could probably do I could videotape it all, too. I got a secret camera. I'll just clip it to my shirt, and, I think that'd be kind of
going there with Google Glasses, that'd be awesome if you can do that live.
Live streaming. Yep.
Oh, wow. Awesome. Is there anything we missed, Andre, that you had on your paper? I noticed you kind of got kicked off of.
Yeah.
But we were going through.
So I went through cold calling, cold emailing. That kind of works for some people, but for cold emailing, you have to do major numbers just because of people just don't check their emails that much. So, even if you got it down and got it niched down to this is my list of people that are paying, for instance, the coupon books. Right. My people, they go through, they call and email the people from the coupon books, but it's the same list of people, but from that same list, let's just say if it's a list of 100, they'll probably get maybe 10 of those answer the email, but 50 of those they can talk to on the phone. So, it's just that, people just seem I guess, kind of cynical, not responsive to email. So, either that or spam or just delete it. So, that's one thing, let's see, chamber meetings, BNI, the business partnership, the free way to get clients immediately, the commission-only salesman. I think y'all heard me talk about that one.
Hey, let's touch on that real quick because everyone's always saying, yeah, that sounds good. They're like, but how do I find these guys? And I always say, you search. It's your business. Find them. Go through all, avenues. Craigslist, there's stuff online you can look through. You'll find them if you give them the right. If you give them the right price or the right deal, they're going to love it, whatever they are. You got to check them out. How do you do this?
Well, for me, I just put an ad on Craigslist.
Boom.
And that was it. And then like I gave them like breakdowns of, you know, percentages. Okay, if you sell this right here, you get this. If you sell this, you get this. Like I haven't said, like they push SEO harder because I give them residuals.
Right.
So for me, like that's what I'm saying. Like web design, I'm really like, I even pay my web designers pretty well because like in the beginning I did it all myself, but I didn't like doing it. Like it wasn't fun for me to say like, you know, yeah, Miss Johnson, we can change that flower from red to blue for you. Like, you know, like, that wasn't fun for me.
No.
That's funny.
And it'd be something like that, you know, like they paying these piddly little prices. Now, you know, the prices are higher, but it's still like people are so precise. Like, hey, I want this font to be this type of font. So even now, like I talk to my people, and they're like, yeah, this guy gave me like 4 comparison websites. And so I sit on the call now, listen, and they'll be like, yeah, you know, I want the sign to look like so-and-so.com sign, but I want the colors to like blah, blah, blah.com's colors. And see how they got it scrolling across? I want it like this. And I'm like, man, like, it's that one hit of money that I don't like dealing with. So for my guys, I was like, I give them like the offer you can't refuse for SEO to say, push this. Push the residuals. You get residual money, we get more money. Push this. If they say, hey, you know, I need a website and SEO, cool. I mean, we'll do a website because we want the SEO, but no, we ain't really trying to look for like. Well, they got a bad website. You want me to ask about the website? Yeah, if you feel that way, but I mean, that ain't what we're trying to get.
Yeah, that's good, man. I mean, I think that's the perfect formula for commission guys because they're used to being, you know, paid off a commission. But if you can give them a bonus plus residual, then it's great. I mean, as a business owner, if I'm going to have a guy who's going to go out and use, if they're going to, you know, help my business, I'm going to pay them at least. Let's say if they're pushing $3,500 a month for SEO, and I have a fee, a sign-up fee of maybe, let's just say $450. I'm going to give that to the commission guy. Plus, I'm going to give him residual, like probably, I don't know, 7 or 8% each month off of whatever that is. They're going to like that because they'll put in their mind, okay, if I'm getting this much percentage, I need so many clients to live happy and whatever, you know. I'll make it really hard for them because I'm not going to give them 20 or 30% because they're not going to work anymore. You're going to have a few clients and that's it, you know. They're done. But if you make it where they're working and they're getting a residual, oh, man, they'll go out there and do that for you. So you don't necessarily have to do everything by yourself. I mean, you need to hire people. It's worth it because, like you said, building a website is not fun because people are very, very picky when it comes to their stuff, you know?
Yeah, extremely.
And then like one thing, like this ain't free, but like I pay my web designers pretty good too. I pay them basically they get a flat rate because I got Philippines outsourcing, but they get 100 per site, and for them that's balling. And so like they have their checklist too, which was tested by my kids.
Right.
Checklist. This is what every site has. Everyone is gonna get this. Okay, these are the specs right here of what they want. Blue flowers, red stones, scrolling across the top, this right here, do this, get it done. And so, like, people are amazed at, like, how fast you knock that out. Because them guys is like, well, $100 per site. I'm trying to get some more of these $100. So they be banging them out. So even that, like, I don't do those no more. Like, I hate doing sites, man.
Yeah.
I like that. Tested by my kids. I like that.
That's so cool, though.
That is awesome, man. Oh, my goodness. Wow. This was awesome. This was, wow. I didn't really know. I don't know Andre like this, y'all. Y'all understand. Andre's like the silent giant in the group, you know? And I'm like over here writing stuff, girl. I'm like, are you serious? It's amazing. You learn from people over and over again, even if it's a good experience or bad experience. It's all about learning, and man, I'm so glad that you are in this group and part of our Video Alpha, man. God, wow. I'm just blown away. It's another great Saturday. This is like gonna kick out the weekend for me. We're close to the top of the hour, and I can't believe no one had called unless, wow. Okay. Y'all
No
missed out.
question.
Maybe they were loving. Yeah, no questions. Maybe they're just loving it. I guess that's what it is.
Well,
They're in awe right now.
when I looked on Facebook real fast, I had like a few things in my inbox on Facebook, so I guess someone must be seeing it.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
Yeah.
So, are y'all traveling for Christmas, Andre? What are y'all doing?
Oh no, everybody's coming here. That was always the goal, to have the big Christmas. So I actually can do it now. So that's the thing. Yeah, so everybody's coming to my house.
That's awesome.
That is, man. I mean, what a great feeling to. I know it's well, you got your kids do all the work, because that's what I do when I have family over. I make everybody cook, and it is not like they don't want to. They love it, and it's just good to sit back and kind of just soak it all in. It's all worth it, man. I mean, when you have your family and you're able to do whatever you want, and you're just like, it's worth it. So I know some of you guys out there are probably still having your jobs and you're still struggling out there. You know what? Keep trying. Don't give up. It will happen if you keep trying. The most of us will get to that point where we'll hit a wall, and I'm sure we've all been through it. You hit a wall and you're thinking, I can't go through this wall. I'm done. Well, that's exactly what, Mayhem wants you to do. Don't do that. Knock the wall down and keep going. I mean, it's just the way it is. I mean, to be in a position I am right now and this Christmas, and I'm hearing Andre and Bill, it's like, why have I not been doing this before? I mean, I'm reflecting on this year. Bill, God, we've been on so many trips, met a lot of great people, done a lot of great things, and I'm like, wow. So I already wrote on my goals because I saw Bill was kind of making his little numbers this year, how many states he wanted to go to. I wrote down, I'm going to travel to 30 states next year. I wrote it down. 30 states I'm going to, and I'm going to have to stay there a minimum of 3 or 4 days. That's what I'm going to do. So
I like that. I'm in.
I've got to learn how I got to put this in the mix and get it going, because I'm so excited about 2015. 2014 was awesome. I mean, it was so awesome. I mean, we're so blessed. We're so grateful to be a part of something big. But, man, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about what you're doing, Andre, you have a huge future ahead of you with getting your kids lined up, because you can start a corporation, a major corporation, like right now, for those kids to be running or be a part of, and for them to start looking out for talent themselves to come in. I mean, dude, you got a gold mine sitting on your hand. I know you know this. I know you know this. But I'm go ahead.
Well, one thing, I guess what really helped me, and one thing I want to say to people, don't look at stuff, like I use my kids because they look at stuff kind of the way I do, just strangely. They don't look at stuff like other people. So if you know that you have a talent that maybe that normally is applied to marketing, it doesn't always have to be used that way. Like, I got a majority of my money. This is how I did very well. Like, you always see all these people, I make, $100,000 a month in SEO and this and that. And it's funny. I'm like, I do too. And like, you know why I do? Because I made sure I went in Atlanta and ranked #1 for all stuff SEO for real estate. And so I sell about 1 or 2 houses every month. Not client SEO. I sell 1 or 2 houses every month. And so people will be like, I got 50 clients. I'm like, who cares? I sold 2 houses.
You see? I don't get that part. Why would you want 50 clients?
No.
I mean, Bill and I, we're like checking out the whole local market stuff here at the end of this year. And I'm thinking, why would you want that many clients? I mean, you find big clients. Like you said, you're selling houses.
That was actually the first thing I did. Like, once I looked at, I started learning SEO and stuff, and people started asking me, and I'm killing it with other people's business. I'm like, and then one guy, he was like, well, I do real estate. Can you rank mine? I'm like, yeah, I can. This is when I was in Nashville at Fort Campbell. So I ranked his, and I'm like, you know what? I'm looking at this guy killing it, and I'm doing work for him. When I got an army, I moved to Atlanta. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do this for myself. Started ranking all my stuff myself. And like, even I moved to Florida now, still got somebody up there selling houses for me. Got the ones picking up rent for me. And that's like what really got me above the hump to actually be able to concentrate on this. Because I know, like, for some people, that's why I said, like, I try to figure out low cost or no cost stuff. If you worried about bills and other stuff, it's hard to, say, keep grinding and stuff like that. So I done been there, through that stuff.
Yep, we all have. Man, that's golden stuff. Well, Andre, man, appreciate you coming on. Of course, we're gonna probably have you back later on to see what else you're doing.
Second and third part of the list. I had low cost and I had high cost.
My goodness, that's awesome. Bill, you got anything else you want to add to the table?
No, man. I think this was good. I learned some stuff. I know everybody else learned some stuff, and kind of took us back to a point where we should be. So.
Yeah, exactly. Back, yes. Wow, I'm so humble now. I'm like, wow, man. I don't know what to say, man. I want to give you a high five on the screen, dog. I'm just saying, man, you ain't got your kids involved. I mean, wow. I'm about to get Junior. It's over for him.
This is the thing too. Like, think about it this way. I looked at a TED Talk, and they said that we are conditioning our kids, and we are conditioned to work. You go to school, do an 8-hour day.
Mm-hmm.
Graduate school, you go to work, you do an 8-hour day. If it's anything else, you're gonna do an 8-hour day. Like, I try to make sure, hey, look what Dad's doing. You can do this too. Break out of this. Like, they're advanced. So I paid for them to go to a special school never heard of. They go on a field trip every week that has to do with whatever they're studying. So if they're studying some special water larvae, they'll go to the beach and dig them up and mess with them, and that's their field trip that week. We were studying crystals. They went cave diving and studied crystals. And they were like, why do you do that? I said, because they break them out of that norm. And to me, that's worth it.
Right.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so I mean, anything I can do to say you can do better than saying, like my daughter, she used to be like, well, I want to own this. And it was something I didn't agree with. And I was like, no, I don't like that. We got to figure something out. It was like, I think it was hairstylist or something. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But, like, come on, you can do better than hairstylist. At least say you want to own the place or do something,
Yeah,
there you go.
Exactly.
I know a few hairstylists who have to be on their feet for like hour or 2 hours at a time for a client for like a very small amount of money. I'm thinking, wow, that's a lot of work for you. You should add something to that where they have to come back and buy something, take your products home at least,
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, guys, thank you for joining another awesome Cup of Joe. You heard it from Andre's mouth, what to do. I mean, he's got a lot of things going. Of course, this is not the time to go start clogging up his PM box.
I'm about to leave. That's what I said.
Yeah, he's leaving.
On the cruise. I'm about to leave.
So you're not going to get a hold of him. I don't think we're having we're not going to have a Cup of Joe next week because it's Christmas coming up, and so I'm taking that whole week off. I hope everyone has a fabulous Christmas. Try to get your goals set out. Be ready for the next year. If you're not in a good place right now, don't be in this next place, the same place next year. I mean, you have all the tools, you have all the knowledge to stick with what you do best. Don't try to go recreate the wheel. Don't look at all those different things that is coming at you that's not going to help you. I mean, master your video marketing or master whatever it is you do right now, then move on to something else. Heck, there were times where I would walk in and I was desperate and I was like, yeah, I could do anything, and I didn't have a team built around me. But now I'm at the point where if a company asks me to do something, or Bill, I'm sure Andre, can we do it? We can, because we have a system and a team built around us. You can do that too, but master something first, okay? Get you some good money coming in first, and then you're good to go to learn something else. All right, Andre, thanks for being on here, buddy.
Cool.
Thanks for having me.
Really appreciate it. Guys. Yeah, Bill, of course, I'll probably talk to you later.
Yep, you got it.
All right, guys, you can see the replay of Saturday Cup of Joe /live. Go in there, check it out. We have Speak Pike. If you have a question for me, go in there on the website and simply ask a question with your microphone. I'll hopefully answer it for you. Recommend Cup of Joe to your friends. and just check it out from time to time. We're going to have great market. We're going to have some more great speakers and great marketing geniuses here in the next year. We have a great lineup coming up for you. I hope you are excited. Share this on Facebook. Share this on Twitter. Share this on whoever. Share it with your moms if you want to. It's okay. She might like it. All right. With that being said, Micah Howard. Love you guys. We'll talk to you soon, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. See you guys.